Hello, this is Crystal. Just sharing a little bit about vulnerability and how important it is in interpersonal relationships. I personally spent a lot of time studying vulnerability and studying psychology and studying connection. And I really 100% believe that in order to be more connected with your friends and with your partners and with your family, it's really important to open up and share things that maybe you're afraid to share or maybe are not easy to share. And you want to always do this in a safe space. You always want to do this with people you're actually comfortable with. And you want to make sure that you vocalize how you're feeling about it as it's happening. And so I guess, vulnerability is something that is not easy and automatic. Sometimes it takes a while to find places and people that you trust or communities. But I think that it's really imperative that as a human that we do. And once we practice that skill in a safe space, I think it's imperative to actually practice that out in the world. I make a lot of videos on my Facebook page, and I jokingly call myself, the queen of vulnerable shares, because I enjoy sharing things vulnerably, and I enjoy getting things kind of like, it's almost like a lifting off the chest. And I think, again, the more you open up to someone, the closer you are to them. So just as an example of a vulnerable share, something that I shared today is, some of the hurdles that I've faced personally, trying to navigate jobs and trying to navigate my kids and my family and trying to put my heart and soul into things and prioritizing different things. So prioritizing time with friends, prioritizing what kind of job, because I do feel strongly that, you should do something you're passionate about. You should do something that makes you enough money to feel happy and content and abundant and have the things that you want. But you should also do something that you find fulfilling. So I struggle a lot with, working at a job that has a lot of benefits and is a great pay, but maybe isn't very fulfilling and isn't very fun. So the vulnerable share I've done recently and today is about my job choice and the fact that I've chosen professional cuddling as a career, and that I've chosen horticultural therapy and horticulture in general, working in landscaping, gardening, maintenance and design, different things like that. Those are all really great jobs that are a lot more harder on the body. Sometimes they don't have benefits or they don't pay as well. So a lot of times it's hard to justify them to people that care about you. And so my vulnerable share is just navigating those hurdles this week and trying to understand myself and trying to love myself enough to say that this is what works for me. And even if it doesn't work for everybody else, or even if people can't understand why I'm choosing it, it's still my choice to make. So I know that's kind of a vulnerable share. I think it's a good one. Let me think of one more example of a vulnerable share, because I do think it's imperative that we all share things and that we all learn from each other. I think that a really good example of a vulnerable share is even just, being open about feeling guilt or shame, or anger or jealousy. Those are feelings that we don't like to hold on to and we don't like to admit to a lot, but it's totally okay to have those feelings. It's totally okay to talk with somebody you care about those feelings. And it's totally okay for it to be just venting. It's totally okay for it to just be, hey, I'm really struggling with this and I'm not sure how to handle it. And I don't even know if I want advice. I just want to get it out. I just want you to hear me. I want to be seen. And of course, once again, finding a safe space for that isn't always the easiest task, but I think that it's possible. And I think that there's a lot of really wonderful people that care about you, and all you have to do is ask. And you want to take care of your own boundaries, your own self, and trust in whoever you're asking that they can also take care of those boundaries. So even just making the consent request, hey, do you have a moment to listen? I really want to talk about something. I think that's really imperative in the vulnerability game. And so I think that's all I have to share, but I did want to say thank you, and check out nurturednerds.com, and check out Crystal's Cuddle Therapy on Facebook, and crystaltherapy.cc on the web. And hopefully I'll see you soon. Like and subscribe.